Hi, I'm the Reverend Catherine MacDonald. I'm the intentional interim minister at Stairs Memorial United Church. What do the creation story and cake decorating and coloring and dancing and pride all have in common? Well, on the surface, they may not seem to have too much in common. Now, as a child, I liked to color, and I still like to color actually, so much for just as a child. But I always like to stay within the lines, and I never considered myself terribly creative because all the things that I undertook, like cake decorating, you're following instructions, and dance, I was following instructions, and stained glass and mosaic work, I was following instructions and keeping nicely within the lines. And I always equated creativity with chaos. You know, when God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, and God created the heavens and the earth. And then God came to me, and I heard the voice of God say one day, "But Catherine, I created the mathematical principles that dance was formed upon. I created the light and the dark that photography makes it possible. I created the steps for the dance. I created the math for the mosaics and the stained glass." And so my heart was eased, but I began to think even further about it when God said, "I created the light and the dark." It's not just light and dark, it's all the things in between. There's, twilight and gloaming and sunrise, and God didn't just create light and dark. God created the whole spectrum between light and dark. And as we are June 1st today, just as we begin to celebrate Pride Month, we can celebrate the whole spectrum of God's humanity that God created. Not just binary male and female as we have perhaps been brought up to believe, but the whole spectrum of God's good creation. God is in the order and in the chaos, and we celebrate all of that. So celebrate whether you're in the chaos or in the order, because you don't have to choose. You're somewhere in that spectrum. You are part of God's good creation, no matter where you are. Thanks be to God.